Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Sports Picks with Big Zay. Man, and yesterday's slate was absolutely brilliant. I had so many bets yesterday. I even called the Guardians on a plus money against the Astros. Man, I was calling everything yesterday. But, we're going to ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to give y'all the picks for Sunday, August 7th, 2022. The first game, we got the Astros at the Guardians. We got Christian Javier against Tristan Mckenzie. And, the thing about this Astros team is they've been really hot lately, but I did call the upset yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be another upset today. I'm going to take the Guardians again on the plus money. See Christian Javier, coming off the road, he's done lost his last two road games, and each one of them, it was at the Athletics and at the Angels. Those are not two of the best teams in this league, compared to the Guardians, and Christian Javier's done lost four of his last five. And, for the Astros to be a nice favorite coming in this game after they lost yesterday, I think the Guardians done stole the momentum in this series. I got the Guardians on the plus money again today. I'm going to rock with the Guardians again today, and that's going to be my pick in that game. Next game, we got the Pirates at the Orioles. We got Bryce Wilson against Spencer Watkins. And, thing about Bryce Wilson, even though he just won against the Brewers last time on the mound, he still gave up 3 solo shot home runs, which worries me, because the Orioles can hit some home runs. Now, OPS in the last 30 days against righties, it isn't as good as the Brewers, but it's right up there, and, even though he won 5-3, the 3 runs from the Brewers, it was all solo home runs. It makes me nervous in this game. Bryce Wilson got a high 6.20 ERA. Spencer Watkins, I'm not going to give up the 1.5, but, I think he's a solid pitcher. I think he's solid enough to keep this Pirates offense limited. I think the Orioles are looking for a sweep in this series. You see, the Pirates just swept the Brewers, and they maybe came in this series with a big head, but they ain't been doing too well. I had Orioles yesterday and the Orioles the day before, both cashed. I'm going to keep riding with the Orioles until they show me otherwise. I'm going to take Orioles on the money line. Next game, we got Nationals at the Phillies. We got Corey Abbott at Aaron Nola. And both times, back-to-back. The thing about the Phillies, man, is I took the negative 1.5 on both games. And they both came out. The first game, I had the over. The rain delay, but it looked like it was going to go over anyways. It was exactly at 9 before the rain delay. But this game, I'm going to take the Nationals plus 2.5. You see Corey Abbott coming in this game after a strong outing against the Mets, pitched 5 innings, didn't give up a single earned run against this Mets team that's just simply clubbering righties a little bit better than the Phillies is. And Phillies got a lot of offensive power right now, and they got a lot of people in their lineup, and they're on a really, really hot streak. But at negative 300, I'm just nervous to take them. We've seen a lot of negative 300s lately not been cashing this whole baseball season. Them negative 300s, I'm going to take Nationals plus 2.5. You get a good price with the plus 2.5. I think if Phillies win by anything, they win by 2. I think Corey Abbott can limit this Phillies offense. And Aaron Nola, he's done win against this Nationals team twice. And one time the Phillies won, one time the Phillies lost. So he has lost to this Nationals team before, And even though Nationals don't got Juan Soto or Jordan Bell, I feel like they could still keep it close in this game. You see their offense come alive in game 1. If it wasn't for that rain delay, Nationals might have upset them boys. But I'm going to take Nationals plus 2.5. Next game, we got the Rays at the Tigers. And, yesterday with Shane McClanahan, I did take the Rays. And, man, he just pitched. That was probably one of his worst games he pitched all season. But here we got Drew Rasmussen pitching for the Rays. And we got Matt Manning pitching for the Tigers. And even though Matt Manning has looked solid his past couple games, he's only gave up a couple earned runs. He hasn't pitched too many games. That's the reason I got to back him. He just don't have enough experience this year pitching, especially against good right-hand teams. Just 1 or 2 teams ain't going to cut it. This Rays team, even though they lost yesterday, I'm hoping they come back today with a little fire in their behind. Hopefully they come out on top. And, when Drew Rasmussen pitched last time against this Tigers team, they won 6-1. He had 5 innings played, 4 hits, and he gave up 0 earned runs. Tigers hit lefties way better than they do righties. As far as righties, they're last in the league when it comes to hitting righties as far as OPS in the last 30 days. So considering that they just went from a lefty to a righty, I got to get an edge to the Rays. I'm going to take the Rays on the money line. Next game, we got the Red Sox at the Royals. we got Cutter Crawford at Brad Keller. And, even though the Red Sox lost yesterday in a disappointing match, that was only one of the few games I lost. I got to take the Red Sox here, considering Brad Keller has not been pitching well, especially for the Royals. In my opinion, he's one of the worst Royals pitchers. You look at his last 2 games, he's pitched 11 innings and he's gave up 11 runs. That's one run per inning. That's not going to be good enough against a Red Sox team. They got Rafael Devers back in the lineup. It's only a matter of time before they get their offense going. The OPS against righties is really good in the last 30 days. And, Royals OPS against righties is really good in the last 30 days. So the only difference is I think Cutter Crawford is way better on the mound. You see his last 2 starts, 11 innings played, 2 earned runs, and that was against the Guardians and the Astros. 2 teams that's just crushing righties way better than the Royals. And I said Brad Keller gave up 11 earned runs and 11 innings played his last 2 games, but his last 2 games was against the White Sox and the Angels of all teams. So, we've seen the Angels catch fire a little bit. I had the Angels plus 1.5 and that cash too as well. So, the Angels might be bottom of the league in OPS, but, there's some games they could play like they top of the league too. They such an off and off team, but, right here, I'm going to take the Red Sox on the money line. I'm going to continue betting with Cutter Crawford. He's been really surprising me watching him pitch. I really like the way he pitches, especially when it went against the Astros. I was really impressed with the way he was pitching. So I'm going to take the Red Sox on the money line. Now, next game, we got the Reds at the Brewers. We got Graham Ashcraft at Corbin Burns. And, with this game, I got to take the Brewers -1.5. You see, yesterday I had the Reds plus 1.5. Reds won outright. I can call these upsets when they coming, but Graham Ashcraft is not a guy I can back up. With only 74 innings played and 49 Ks, that's not going to cut it against a Brewers team that's just destroying righties. Reds had a left-hand pitcher yesterday. That's why I went with the Reds, but they ain't got a left-hand today. They got Graham Ashcraft, who's a young 24-year-old, who's sometimes there was a couple games this season where he pitched extremely, extremely well. But, at the Brewers where, they're just crushing righties, especially against Corbin Burns. I did have Corbin Burns losing last game when he played against the Pirates. I called that upset. You can go back on my last couple videos and watch it. But Corbin Burns still pitched 130 innings, and he got 166 Ks. You know what I'm saying? He's second in whole MLB when it comes to strikeouts, so I think he has a bounce back game. Let's think about some of the best pitchers in the league. When you're a top-notch pitcher in the league, you're going to have them days where, you do give up a few earned runs, but that's what makes them the best, how they bounce back. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Brewers -1.5 in this game. Now, the next game, we got the Blue Jays at the Twins. We got Kevin Gausman against Chris Archer. And, the Twins surprised me yesterday. They got a big win yesterday, but I got to stay with the Blue Jays on the money line here, especially with these 2 pitchers. I think Kevin Gausman is the way better pitcher on the mound. There was times Chris Archer has shown me that, he can compete in MLB, but, he's on a 4-game losing streak. And his last 3 games, he's had 11 innings played, and he's gave up 12 earned runs. That's just not going to cut it. I think Blue Jays got the better bullpen than the Twins. And, we haven't seen no offense really from the Blue Jays since game 1. I think that offense comes back, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Blue Jays on the money line. Next game, we got Yankees at the Cardinals. And boy, I had Cardinals yesterday. They showed it, cashed me out, sure did. But, the thing about these Yankees is the offense have not been there these past couple games. I think they might be in a slump. They got Frankie Montas on the mound. They just got him from the Athletics. This is his first game out. And, I really don't know if I like his spot going against the Cardinals and Adam Wainwright, and the Cardinals been owning the Yankees so far, but the Yankees offense is just not there. And y'all know how I don't like to never back pitchers on when they first get traded to a new team, because I feel like the pressure's always on their shoulders, especially when you get traded to a big team. I feel like the pressure's on Frankie Montas' shoulders to try to impress this Yankees team whenever he really didn't impress me when he was with the Athletics. There was a few games where he really pitched really well, and the Athletics offense did not back him up. And now this is a whole different offense with the Yankees. They probably got the best offensive lineup in all of baseball. So the Yankees can come at any given time. But, this game, I don't see what changes in this series. I'm going to go with the under 8. We've been seeing the under all series. I think these are two pretty solid pitchers that can, keep this game under. Excuse me. And with the Yankees seeming like they're in an offensive slump, I just cannot back them right now. I'm going to take the under in that game. Next game, we got the Marlins at the Cubs. We got Jesus Luzardo against Adrian Sampson. And this is a game that, Jesus Luzardo just came off that injury, and I didn't have him last game against the Reds, and he didn't win against the Reds. Now he's going against a Cubs team that hit lefties better than what the Reds do. So... But the thing about it is, I've had Cubs past 2 games against the Marlins, and that's because the Cubs had a left-handed pitcher. But you see, they coming in here today with a right-handed pitcher. So, the Marlins hit righties fairly well. The Cubs hit lefties fairly well. I think this got overwritten all over. I think this total's just set too low. I'm going to take the over 8 in this game. Next game, we got the White Sox at the Rangers. We got Lucas Giolito at Spencer Howard and the Rangers. So, with this, even though the Rangers won yesterday I had I think my best bet was over 8, and Rangers won 8-0. White Sox didn't even score, so that turned out to be a push. And I'm gonna take the White Sox on a -1.5 right here. They didn't score a run yesterday. I think they come out strong. Lucas Giolito is the way better pitcher than Spencer Howard. 101 innings played, 115 strikeouts, compared to Spencer Howard's 34 innings played with already 11 home runs. 11 home runs in 34 innings just not going to do it. That's 1 home run every 3 innings. That's just not going to cut it. I'm going to take the White Sox -1.5. Next game, we got Giants at the Athletics. Giants got Logan Webb pitching, and Athletics, we don't have no line. We don't have no pitcher. I'm going to take Giants on the run line. Giants -1.5. Logan Webb is a really good pitcher in this league. And the Giants did just get swept by the Dodgers. But the Dodgers might be the most hottest team in baseball right now. So, considering that they crushed the Athletics, I had Giants 1.5 yesterday. They crushed them. I don't see what the difference is here. I think they're trying to get some momentum back. I think they got some fire inside of them from that sweep. And this is the Athletics team that, even though they swept the Astros and they came that game 1 against the White Sox, and, it's still the Athletics team, and they're just not a good team. So I'm going to go Giants -1.5. Next game, we got the Angels at the Mariners. We got Tucker Davidson and Marco Gonzalez. And, with this game, I got to take the Mariners on the money line, and I'm going to sprinkle some on a -1.5. Marco Gonzalez isn't the best pitcher, but he's a left-hand pitcher, and Angels is dead bottom last. OPS last 30 days against lefties. There's only one team that's worse than them, and that's the Marlins. And Tucker Davidson, he got a 6.46 ERA, but he got 0 home runs this season. I think that's going to change coming against a Mariners team that just clubbering lefties. They're hitting lefties way, way, way better than they do righties. I think Mariners find some offensive rhythm. You see the Angels been holding them to it these past couple games. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Mariners on the -1.5. Next game, we got the Braves at the Mets. We got Spencer Strider at Jacob deGrom. And, man, this is a really iffy game for me. Jacob deGrom pitched lights out against the Nationals last game, and they still lost. On the other hand, Spencer Strider, really young, But, last time against this Mets team, the Braves did win 4-1 when he was on the mound. He played 4 innings against this Mets team. He gave up 5 hits and only 1 earned run. And this Mets team just been on the road lately. They just been destroying the Braves. I did have the Braves outright in that +1.5 that one game, but I took the under the next game, and if I'm not mistaken, Max Scherzer game went over. But this game, I think everybody's gonna take the Mets with Jacob deGrom here. And I'm the type of person that, Vegas always wins, so I'm going to take the Braves on the plus money. I'm going to just throw it out there. I think Spencer Strider, considering last time the Braves won 4-1, he only gave a 1 earned run to a Mets team that's just simply hard to do, especially for a rookie. I think he has a good out in here. I think he comes in this game confident. I'm going to take the Braves on the plus money. I'm going to go ahead and throw a shot out there. I'm going to take the Braves on the plus money. Next game, we got the Rockies at the Diamondbacks. We got Jose Urena at Zach Davies. And Jose Urena done lost his last 3, and Zach Davies done lost his last 4. And last time that Zach Davies went against this Rockies team, the Diamondbacks lost 4-1. But that was because the bullpen, he pitched 6 innings, 3 hits, gave up 0 earned runs. You see the same thing that damn near happened last night. We had the Diamondbacks yesterday, and the Diamondbacks was winning the whole game, but their bullpen, let late runs 7th, 8th, and 9th, 1 run in each one, and they lost 3-2. So I'm going to change up this bet a little bit. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks on the money line in the first 5 innings. I think Diamondbacks get the Jose Urena early. As far as their bullpen, they have not been good these past couple games, so I'm going to just take them on the first 5 innings, and that's going to be my bet in that game. Next game, we got the Padres at the Dodgers. We got Yu Darvish at Tyler Anderson. And, the thing about this game is Yu Darvish and Tyler Anderson done pitched against each other twice. And both times the home team won. When Yu Darvish was at home, the Padres won comfortably. But when Tyler Anderson was at home, the Dodgers won comfortably. And, I had the Dodgers yesterday, so I'm going to take the Dodgers on the money line again here today. Yu Darvish done pitched 12 innings against this Dodgers, but he got 5 earned runs and 3 home runs in 12 innings. It ain't the earned runs that concern me. It's the home runs that concern me. He gave up 3 home runs just in 1 game. So I'm hoping he can bounce back, but I got to take the Dodgers on the money line. Tyler Anderson got 10 innings played against his Padres team, just 3 earned runs and 1 home run. I think he's pitched better in his 10 innings than Yu Darvish has in his 12 against each team. So I'm going to go ahead and take Dodgers on the money line. All right, YouTube, that's Sports Picks with Big Zay. This is the slate for Sunday. It's Sunday, so God bless everybody. It was a good day yesterday. I had one of my brothers call me up, and he was like, Zay, who you like? I told him to take the Giants and the Phillies, and, he went big on it, and he won $1,000 today. And I still ain't heard the end of it, So I'm gonna try to give him a couple bets today. I hope these bets I gave y'all, was good. And one thing about it is I can't hit everything. I can't hit 100%. So try to take the best bets. Don't take my whole slate. Take a good 3 or 4. Even 5. Or just take you a strong 2 and put you some money on it. Don't forget to do your own research as well. Because we in this together. We got to win as a community. This is a new month. We trying to hit the books hard. I want everybody to come up out here, and go ahead and go in the comments, man. Go tell me y'all slips that y'all got. I'll talk to y'all too. I'll comment as well. Let me know what y'all think about each game. If y'all disagree with me, put it in the comments. And everybody have a blessed day. This is Big Zay. I'm out of here.